Hello everyone and welcome to the Vinylmation Kingdom Webcast number 10. So we have lots of Vinylmation news that's taking place this week. So it is November 22nd, 2014 and we've got quite a few new releases this week and sort of a pretty big story that's caught a lot of attention this week in the Vinylmation universe. Okay, so let's kick off first off with this week's big news, which is obviously the news of a new Olaf figure coming. Now this picture was shared to me from Harry over at Vinylmation Exchange. A big thank you to him for sending us this information. Now basically what happened was we got a image come through. I'm just going to bring out the browser here from a Disneyland Paris event which showed this figure right here. Now I wasn't entirely too sure if it was a pin or a Vinylmation straight away. But it got cleared up with that image that came through, and what it looks like is we've got this Olaf, which is going to be available at the Let It Snow event, which takes place in Disneyland Paris. It's going to be taking place at the Disneyland Hotel New York Coliseum Convention Center in Times Square. That's not in New York, that's in Paris. Now this event is completely sold out. It was €45. It takes place on the 20th of December and is only limited to 350 people. So the fact that it's only limited to 350 people does make me think that there's probably going to be a lot more figures than just those 350. You know, it's Olaf, and also it's the fact that they can make a lot of money off of this figure. So reducing it to about that might make it a bit tricky. But what is important to know about this release is that so far at the minute it looks like it's first off it's kind of a variant from last year's figure, because it's got basically just a different body here with I guess a summer jumper on. Now we don't know if it's an Eachez, we don't know the edition size, we don't know if it's just exclusive to Disneyland Paris or if it's just exclusive to the event. We really don't know a lot of information. All we know it's going to be available at that event. Now it is interesting, basically Disneyland Paris does not get a lot of exclusives. In the past year we had the Eiffel Tower one, and we've had an annual pass holder that all the other parks got, but we didn't really get a lot of, we don't get a lot over here in Disneyland Paris. There's very little, most new releases don't even get released out there. So I'm kind of intrigued to see whether or not it will be coming out anywhere else. I kind of hope it is an exclusive for Disneyland Paris. You don't get a lot out there, and it'll be great for sort of generally European collectors to have something that they can use to trade for new figures, but also just in general, I think it's good for the community to have other exclusives that aren't always at the street or at US events, because there are a lot of international collectors and there's more people than just at those two parks. The fact that it's Olaf obviously means that it's going to be extremely popular. There's already rumblings of ones on eBay going for, I mean, the ones that are being sold on eBay, we don't really know enough information yet. So I would personally say, it's a good idea just to hold off and wait for that information, because at the very end, it could easily turn up in the US in January or February. We really don't know. Disney haven't got the best track record with the term exclusive. A lot of things come around, so I think with this one we just have to watch, keep things. I like the look of the figure. I'm going to try and pick one up. I think it looks cool. I love the winter sort of jumper. It does look very much like they have just stuck the same head from the last Olaf figure onto a different body, which is slightly disappointing. But the fact that even Paris is getting something is great, because generally, the trading events that take place in Disneyland Paris aren't like the trading events that we've seen in the US. First off, they don't tend to get any exclusive vinyls like they've tried this year, and also generally it's a lot more pin based. Vinylmation tends to take a back seat on those events. Okay, so that is the big news of the week. Really was that Olaf figure. So we'll have some more information on that when it comes through, and you can find out all that information over on vinylmationkingdom.com. Okay, so this we had two new releases. First off, we had the Holiday Special Boba Fett from Star Wars. This was released on Friday at D Street in both Disney World and Walt Disneyland. It's also released online. It was designed by Casey Jones. It had a price tag of $16.95 and a limited edition size of 1,500. For those that maybe aren't aware, they did a sort of a movie or sort of a cartoon special way back in the 70s, which featured Boba Fett sort of for the first time. It's always kind of been a bit cult, so that's why this one's out. So though it's technically a sort of a Christmas release, it's still very much sort of stuck in the Star Wars. If you put this on your set, you're not particularly going to be saying, oh, well, that's a Christmas figure. I love it. I think it's great. I've had someone pick one up for me from Disneyland, so I'm really excited to add this one to my collection soon. Like I said, I think limited edition size 1,500 is probably about right for this. I was surprised it wasn't an Eachez. I thought we might have seen one, but I still can't get over the size of those boxes. That always looks a little bit too small compared to, it just doesn't really look like there's much to it. But I like it. I think that's really cool, and I think that one's going to be very good. I think there's still been sort of some images of some available in the store, so it might not be an instant fast sellout. And then we have the other big release of the week, which is also available at these streets and also available online. Much like the Holiday Boba one, they both sort of sold out really quick online, which is not a huge surprise. Everything pretty much sells out online because I think they get a very small proportion of what's available. So for example, this one is a limited edition 1000. I probably suspect online would have got a lot less than either of the D streets. So this figure here has a Eachez figure. So Mickey Mouse is the common, so he's 9 out of 10, and the mini is the variant. Designed by Thomas Scott. Limited edition of 1,000 is not a lot, but I think it's probably about right for this one. It's basically a pinstripe. Personally, it's not amazing. I actually prefer the mini. Looks alright. I'm not a huge lover of either of these figures, so not something I've wanted personally to add to my collection. But I like the idea. I think the idea of doing these sort of urban releases as an each and just having very low edition size. I think this had been sort of a limited edition 500. I think this probably would have flown off the shelves just because people would have wanted that mini. Pretty cool. I do like the idea that they've done with this, and I think that overall what they've done with D-Tour this year has been a huge improvement, and just in general I think it's really cool. So that was the two big releases that we've had this week, were that sort of D-Tour Eachez and also the Holiday. Also this weekend down in Florida, we had the Destination D Attraction Rewind, which has been an event which has been sold off by the D23, which is the Disney club. What this picture got sent in, or got by Stitch Kingdom. This was an image of the Imagineering binos that were originally released at last year's D23 Expo. Apparently they are there out for sale, so if you're at the event you will be able to pick these figures up. I must admit, if I was there I'd pick up the few that I needed to. I thought these had all gone, but they brought basically all their merchandise over from their sort of Glendale store over to Florida to sell a load of items. So if you're over there, they're all out, because they've not actually been officially released sort of to be able to get outside of that store yet. So there we go. So that was all of this week's big news. As I said, we had a couple of new releases. I'm just going to go through this week's release calendar. Now, obviously, with next week is Black Friday, so we're wondering if there's going to be any big discounts. Disney have been doing a lot of offers anyway. Okay, so next week we are going to have the Gravity Falls blind box, so that's going to be quite interesting to see what happens there, variants and chases, etc. So that's going to be the next big release. We also have lots of other big releases coming out in December, such as the Marvel, Iron Man and Ant-Man figure. We've also got, sorry, not Iron Man, it's Iron Patriot and War Machine as a twin pack, and then Ant-Man as an Eachez. We also then have 2015, and we also have a couple of twin packs from the Villainous Duos. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for checking us out at Vinylmation Kingdom. You can go over and check out us at vinylmationkingdom.com. Subscribe to the channel if you're listening to this on an audio version. Subscribe whichever system you're using, such as iTunes. And also keep track of Vinylmation Kingdom this weekend. We have got a new competition going up. The information will be up shortly. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to comment below with any of your thoughts. And if you've got any questions about Vinylmation, be sure to send us a question, because we're trying to do some answers, etc. for that. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a later video.